Hey there everyone, Lord FEH here with the very first entry into a new mock battle series. In these videos, I will be going through some Aether Raids mock battles, generally volunteered by viewers, and finding out if my raiding party setups are up to the challenge. Now, usually when I do mock battles, I take a quick glance at the enemy lineup and then start throwing things to the map until something works. For these videos, I'm planning to be more careful and checking units and skills, then creating a plan that runs through at least the first enemy phase of AI aggression. This is how I approach actual Aether Raids battles, so hopefully the approach at least gives you some insight into how I handle the mode. I'm keeping a running list of all of the wonderful volunteers, and I'm planning on going through that in roughly the same order, with any seasonal preferences taken into account. So, let's go ahead and take a look at today's maps. Alright, first person on my list is TK. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map here. We have kinda space oppression looking, honestly. Coverage out to, I believe it's here, this line. So I'm assuming there's Armor March and at least one of these armors. Okay, so Jafar's got the Armor March, and the has Panic Ploy, interesting. As far as skills, Racing, Fury Wings, Attack Tactic, Def Tactic, Heron Wings, Sing Moonbow. Nothing super out of the ordinary there. Leanne, Def Ploy, Res Tactic. Okay, sure. It's a little interesting to see Def Ploy, you don't see that very often. Eliwood. Oh wow, that's a pretty high investment Eliwood there, nice. I like it. It's kind of a one round Aether build with Slaying Lance, Special Fighter, and Aether, and of course Quick Riposte for enemy phase. Jafar. Oh, interesting. Cloud Mayugi. Don't really see that anymore. I don't really see a whole lot of dragon and armor effective weaponry nowadays. It's been mostly phased out in favor of weapons that are effective in a more general sense. But which of course opens up the possibility to have the dragons and armors, or dragon armors even, come back, which is kind of what I did. But yeah, just a random side note there. Other than that, pretty standard kit with Bullfighter Bonfire. It's fine. Yoon. Alright, standard set Yoon there with Harsh Command as well. Okay, and then finally Bramimond. Also, base kit Bramimond, he has Draconic Aura, but he can't really lose it in one round of combat. He's the Hardy Bearing user. Okay, he has Reposition. He has Okay, wait, do we all? Okay, we all have assist skills here, so, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm actually thinking, like, right off the top of my head, if you try and bait from one side or the other, it looks to me like the opposite side from the one you baited won't be able to reach you, which is kind of an issue for space oppression specifically. Space oppression, you need to be effective. You need to one, cover a wide amount of ground. That's obviously the what makes it space oppression. Well, actually, no, it makes it space coverage. And what makes it space oppression is that the coverage that you have is strong. And here, I'm not sure. Like, if I were to just bait Bramimond, what would happen? Like, Eliwood would move next, and he'd get the refresh. Could he make it all the way over here? I guess theoretically. Oh wait, Leanne doesn't transform. No, he wouldn't. Unless he goes, like, unless he takes the weirdest pathing I've ever seen. And then even then, you could pretty easily bait him down. So, I don't know. I don't think there's enough follow-up on, crossing over on the sides. And then if you bait from here, Leanne moves before Bramimond does. So, if I were to, I don't know, I would maybe suggest possibly pulling Reposition off of Bramimond. I would suggest pulling Reposition off Jafar, but I don't think it really makes much of a difference, since even if he moves before the refreshers, unless he moves down right, he's not actually in range of any of them, since Racing doesn't transform. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking initially. As far as approach options, initially I'm honestly thinking Dragon Wagon. Idun here, Nagi here. But they both win these matchups. I mean, I guess Yoon technically starts off by using Harsh Command on Bramimond, since my heir has Tamari. So Bramimond would attack first. Does he actually double Nagi? Let me take a look at that. I forget how fast Nagi is. She's not fast, but she has 20 speed, 24 with peony bonus, and 26 with adjacent ally support in Idun. So, what did I say he had? Plus 5 is 32. So, actually, that's only a difference of 6. So if I get a speed buff on her, because he doesn't neutralize speed buffs, then she would not be doubled. And then, let's see. So after that, actually then, once Brigmond is attacked, the space is vacated, and Lian will refresh Yoon, who is then forced to attack Idun because there's no eligible targets for Harsh Command. A target is eligible for Harsh Command if they have debuffs first and foremost, and then also if they are threatening or threatened by an enemy, which neither Jafar nor Eliwood will be. So Yoon will be forced to attack. She definitely loses the Idun matchup quite handily. And then, yeah, Eliwood moves after that. He gets refreshed by Raisin, can't do anything with it because he's too far to reach Idun or Nagi. Even if he could, I question whether he'd be able to kill Idun, honestly. I don't think he's fast enough to get that Aether, which is a little sad because Idun. But, oh well. And then Jafar just kind of does whatever. So, I think that's the plan. I really only plan my way through the first round enemy phase of combat, and I'm fairly confident that Dragon Wagon will be able to follow up on that. So let's go ahead and get into this map. So usually I would actually do all the calculations for those matchups, but I'm confident enough in my knowledge of Bramimon versus Nagi and Yoon versus Idun to say that I don't think I need to do that here. So let me go ahead and, what do I want to do? Let's break some stuff. So, I believe Harsh Command comes out first from Yoon, and then Bramimon attacks. He gets his one hit off and then just dies to Nagi. Lian should refresh. Then Yoon attacks, and then Eliwood should move. I'm not sure where he's going. Okay, looks like he's going straight down, and then Jafar parks himself right in front of Idun. So that's not going to end well for him. Alright, ooh, nice even 100 there too. So let me go ahead and break this, and then that, and I guess I might as well just poke at this trap, see what, okay, so that's the real one. And then I want to be able to get to the Aether structures. I guess really I can just kind of kite Eliwood for days because he doesn't have armored boots. He's going to lose that tomb movement that he got from Jafar's armor march on the next turn. But let's go ahead and move air over here. So what's going to happen now? Alright, Raisin attacks Idun, which is a dead giveaway that neither refresher survives this enemy phase because the AI tends to prioritize non-losing combats. So the fact that it kicked things off by attacking Idun with Raisin, which was obviously a losing matchup, just tells me, yeah, no, those refreshers are not going to have a good time. How am I gonna run this? Eliwood. Okay, he's actually hit by Air's Chill Speed, and my other Air's Chill Attack. Haha, poor guy. So I can park Idun in front of him, or I could if I didn't accidentally just tap her twice, whatever. Ugh. Okay. Let's do this, and then I don't know. She could probably just manage this, honestly. 38 speed versus her 44? No, this air actually bonus unit stats allow her to take Bright Shrine. Not that I'm actually not even sure if she probably would have even without the bonus unit stats, just because of the speed difference. But that is a clear on that map. Wait, where'd you go? I wanted to go back. Stop! Don't snap to me. Ugh. All right. So yeah, I like the concept. I like the space suppression. Space suppression is probably my favorite strategy. I would say that I think the map probably has issues with, like I said, crossover coverage. That's a term I just totally came up with right on the spot. The second map on my list belongs to MB, so let's go ahead and take a look. We've got something that looks really scary. Okay. I'm kind of wary of high HP infantry units, because that usually tells me merges. It looks like Azura's also got HP def too. Well, yeah, merges, Alm is merges. I kind of figured. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at these skills. We've got Sturdy Impact, Mystic Boost, Ground Orders, Chill Speed, Chaos Manifest, no Assist, Iceberg on Yoon. That's fine, that's a really good unit set. Let's take a look at Azura. We have Fury, Repel, Times Pulse, HP Def, Slaying Lance with the Def Refinement. Interesting to see all that Def stack. Sing and Ruptured Sky. Okay, so Slaying, Times Pulse, and 2-charge special. Okay, Alm is the feared distant counter close call, but without Scepter of Love. Instead, he has Slaying Weapon, Times Pulse, and Lunar Flash. I'm seeing a bit of a trend here. He's also got Attack Speed Bond and Pivot. Interesting. See Pivot, don't really see that skill very often. before I even move on to Bramimond, I'm very curious. Larcey, yeah, she follows the same pattern with Slaying Weapon, 2-charge special times Pulse. Okay, and go back to Bramimond. Bramimond is pretty standard setup, no assist, with Quicken Pulse to ensure that he can activate Luna in a single round of combat if he doubles, and the enemy can counterattack, and there is no guard effect in play, which is, I mean, fairly reasonable, I suppose. Azura is Warp Central with Flyer Formation, Ground Orders, Aerobatics, and then Grey Waves, obviously. I would be pretty surprised if there was anything else in that slot. And then Larcey has, again, the aforementioned times Pulse, Slaying Weapon, 2-charge special, but she's also got Hardy Bearing. She's the map's Hardy Bearing user, and she's got Rally Up Attack. So that kind of explains Warp Central here. So it looks like this map is really good at punishing bait attempts from here. So, because what happens is Larcey just warps over, rallies Bramimond, and then you can refresh because you have Aerobatics. Or, well, actually, I suppose that you could also refresh because Yoon has Ground Orders, and they'd be refreshing from here and not here because this space is slightly more dangerous, quote-unquote. Then you have to deal with Larcey, Bramimond, Alm, and Yoon on the same enemy phase, and that's not pretty. This, actually, taking over here, looks like it's probably a little bit safer, but not by a whole lot. I mean, you still have to deal with Larcey, Azura, and then Bramimond after he gets refreshed. Or actually, wait, no, he can warp. He can warp, so he doesn't necessarily need the refresh. But either way, he could, even if he doesn't choose to warp first, then he can just move and then get refreshed by Azura, because he doesn't have an assist, and Alm does have pivot. If he does warp and not need the refresh, then Yoon moves next and refresh. No, she doesn't have the range to reach all the way out here, so this is slightly more forgiving. That doesn't mean it's good. I mean, taking Bramimond, Larcey on the same enemy phase is still a trial for a lot of units, but it's better than Bramimond, Larcey plus Alm Yoon. So yeah. As far as approach options for tanking, Dragon Wagon's out, I think, because Bramimond is not a good matchup for Idun, and Larcey is not a good matchup for Nagi. And whichever option I would choose, they'd both be able to hit the spot. So I'm thinking not on that. Let's see, tanking. Merida team would probably work if I still had it. I actually switched it over to a Celica team. You might see more of that later. I might have to see if I can get something to work with that. Off the top of my head, if I did it, it would probably have to be Layla KO's one of them, and then Celica KO's one, whichever one is immediately in front of her. We might get there. Let's see. I want to eliminate all the other possibilities. So Cedar Raiding Party is another choice. Actually, with these stat lines, I don't know. These enemies are pretty fast. I mean, Alm, even with Tamara debuff, he's got 56 still with attack speed bond. So Sita has 44 speed before Peony, so 48 with Peony on the team, and then max 54 with the buff and in the same column, so she doesn't double him. Yeah, he's got, yeah. Oh wait, he's team's highest speed. So he actually gets hit by Air's chill. Air has chill speed. So he's only got 54, but that's still a tie. I mean, he doesn't double her, and he doesn't get mitigation, so that's good, but, On the other hand, Larcey has, what is this? That's +4, -5, so 52 speed. Azura might actually be able to double that, since right now, Air's a bonus unit, I'm able to run Raven to soak, actually it's just chill speed, since this map doesn't have Bright Shrine. So let's take a look. Azura has, I haven't managed to get her Lofty Blossoms, which is really nice, so now I can run, get some additional stat stacking on her for maps like this. So that's +8 for 4 from just being on the same team as Peony, and then 4 more from initiating with Lofty Blossoms, 55. 55 to Larcey's 52. If she's in the same column as Peony, she will double. So could that work? And then is there follow-up afterward? I'd have to have Azura, have my Sita KO the enemy Azura, I think. Can she do that? She has 52 attack at base, and then times 0.8 for triangle disadvantage, 42. 42, well actually, hold on. She doesn't double because she has only 48 speed and Azura has has a 45 after Tamari, right? So I would need the +3 buff from Peony. +3 buff from Peony would do it. And that also affects her attack. So 55 attack times 0.8 for triangle disadvantage, 44, minus Azura's defense of however much that is after Pegasus Flight. So Sita has... How much res does she have? I should know this. I knew her attack stat. 41. She has 41 res, 46 with air on the team, 49 after the buff from Gentle Dream. So that's 49 minus 34. Yeah, that's definitely the full measure of def reduction. So she'll have 20 defense. Yeah, no def increase anywhere here. So 2 24s. Oh, that is an exact KO. Okay, cool. So does she KO Bramimond afterward? And do I want her to do that? I think I have to, otherwise he's just gonna come after me. Oh, this is a low merge Bramimond. She has been able to KO low merge Bramimons before. So she has 49 attack, because no buff, and the lull reduces her by 3. So actually 49 res, so she does get the full measure of def reduction on Pegasus Flight. So that's -7. So effectively, this is canceled out, and he only gets the +5 from Void Tome. So minus 26 def, 2 23s does actually net a KO. So I could do that, and then what do I do? Can I leave her here? I mean, it kind of depends. Azura's, well, neither of them die, I don't think. Just Alm because he doesn't get doubled, and Azura because she has triangle advantage. Azura definitely deals more damage, so she's prioritized, I believe, which means that she attacks Sita. Okay, she attacks Sita, and then she has, how much attack does she have? She has 58 attack, 53 after Tamari debuffs. 53 times 1.2 comes out to 63 effective attack. Alright, that's fine. 63 effective attack, and Sita's defense is 34 with the buff from Gentle Dream. So that's 29 damage. That really hurts, but I mean, she lives. And then her attack of 55 times 0.2 comes out to total of 40 damage, including Ruptured Sky. So again, it hurts, but she lives. And then Yoon attacks because she's vacated that space and definitely doesn't kill her. So that should be fine. That should be fine. Yeah, she doesn't get mitigation out of Repel. Oh wait, hold on, wait. Repel. She pushes her back. Alm attacks her. Alm has Lunar... Oh wait, no, Alm doesn't have Lunar Flash. After she attacks, Pulse Smoke cuts his Lunar Flash to 0. Okay, sure. He doesn't double her. How much damage does he deal? 57 attack after Tamari and attack speed bond times 0.8 for triangle disadvantage. 46 minus Sita's def of 34, 12 plus 40. She's still alive, astonishingly enough. She has 7 HP. So, and Yoon's, I mean, Yoon wasn't dealing damage to her anyway, but so that could actually work. I could work with that. But how do I get there? I have to actually get here first. Hold on. So that is, I need to break the Panic Manor at least. Depending on where I attack with Azura from, I don't necessarily need to test this. Okay, so that's that. And, oh, wait, hold on. Oh, there's a Flyer School here. That's a fun thing to figure out just by tapping around randomly. Okay, so Flyer School. How do I get rid of this stuff? How do I get rid of all this stuff? Okay, first priority is Panic Man. Actually, I mean, testing the, breaking the Flyer School, sorry, is easy enough. That's just move air, refresh, and then I could even probably break the Panic Manor on turn, if it's turn 2 and I've already taken out this stuff. So, how do I break this stuff then? This would be, actually I could do air, and then Peony, and then have Azura maybe waiting in the wings. Yeah, that would be fine. So that's good, and then I can get air there, and then, okay. So then, if air, from this position, it would actually be easiest if I were to do reposition with air, gets Azura here, attacks Larcey, who does die as long as Peony's in the same column, which is easy enough to arrange. And then smite Sita up to get the, let's see. And then I refresh air, which applies the buffs to Sita. Then she KOs Azura, moves on to Bramimond. Okay. I can work with that. And then Azura has Gale Force, so I guess just break the Aether and 4A. Yun doesn't have aerobatics, so she can't warp to Azura to KO my Azura after the repel push. Okay, so that functions. Okay, so that was, what did I say that was? That was air here, Peony here, Azura here, and then Raven Sita. Let's get it. All right, so let's take a look. We've got, oops, I said, is this what I said? No, that's what I said. Kind of confusing there. Okay, there, perfect. So now I can do this, and then that, and then this, and then move you two. So, turn 2 rolls around now. I can go ahead and break this, refresh you. Huh, kind of don't like that actually. Alright, break this, move, and then
what next?
I guess I can do that.
Let's go.
And then turn 3, a little bit more setup, but that now I'm ready for a turn 4 initiation. That should be fine, I think. I'm already up in the enemy's face, so it's not like I have issues there. So let's go ahead and move you. You can take out Larcey, and then after that, what I do is I smite Sita up, get the Gentle Dream bonuses, which allows you to KO Azura, and then after that, you can move on to KO Bramimond, and then you can break this, and then you, what do you do? Hold on, let's see. After Azura attacks, I mean, this space is actually safe, so I could do that. That's fine. Gets rid of the healing tower. I don't know how relevant that is, but something I could do. So, as expected, Azura does attack. She dealt a little more... Oh, I don't remember. I don't actually remember what the comparison was on the damage relative to what I was expecting her to do. So, okay, so that's fine. So let's see here. Does Sita KO you? No, she does not. Okay. Alright.
The glimmer of life.
How am I gonna run this? Sita would KO Yoon if she was in the same column as Peony. Same column or row. So I could maybe work something out there. She actually survives a lunar flash.
Yes.
Thanks to bonus unit stats. Wow, okay. Interesting. Oh, actually, here's what I can do. I can do this, I think. And then I can actually refresh air. That should allow Sita to get the KO. And now air actually has Iceberg, so I wonder if I could make something work here. But I want to get that structure. So let's see. I mean, it's turn 5. This is fine. And then I'll do this and that. Let's try this. So, Azura moves. Okay, that's fine. And then I can go... You're still under half HP. So, I don't want to KO yet. I want to do this. And then refresh you. And then move you over here. And then... Let's see... Actually, I can do this. There. Perfect. And even if that didn't work, I could still have Raven. Alright, sweet. So, that was a pretty rough map, actually. I really enjoyed this little maneuver over here with the rally trap, where you can warp and then have to deal with 3 very powerful units and 1 slightly less powerful unit, but still strong in her own right. That's a really solid map. Thank you for sharing, and yeah. The final map for this mock battle session is JTLU Games 2. Let's go ahead and see what the lineup looks like. All right. We've got Rayson, Deathblow, Wings of Mercy, Drive Attack, Chill Speed. That's interesting. Leif has a pretty standard setup. He's got Quicken Pulse, I guess, just in case he one-shots something. No assist. Okay, that's pretty normal. Elliewood with Swift Sparrow, Desperation, Goat Cavalry, Mirror Strike, Niz's Ice Lance, Drawback, and Moonbow. Sure. Lysithea had a pretty standard setup, and she's the team's Hardy Bearing user. Okay. Alrighty. Peony. Oh, no weapon on Peony. Huh, interesting. She still does have Gentle Dream. She also has New Moon, which is never going to activate. And then Fury, Wings of Mercy, Fortify Res 4, and Drive Attack. And finally, Veronica has Attack +3, Wrathful Staff, Close Guard. That's interesting. Attack Speed, Hood Scalp, Restore Trap Detected, and Miracle. Okay, so, Restore Trap. If you apply debuff, I'm assuming that the goal is that if you apply debuffs to Lysithea, then she just makes a beeline for her and gets refreshed. Then, she can't actually reach anyone else. Huh. So if there's anybody in her range, she was forced to attack them. That's really clever. Huh. What's her range? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. That's huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I barely have enough spaces to hide all units from something like that. Huh. Well, that's a thing. Okay, and if you do get caught by that, what happens? So she can target anything in here. Then Lysithea can move, but, I mean, no refresh power for her. Because Peony used hers already, and Raisin doesn't transform, and even if he did transform, he still wouldn't have enough movement. Then... oh no. Oh my. Okay, so Leif moves, because Elliewood doesn't assist. And Raisin refreshes him, and he can go 1, 2, 3, and target anything out here. Or he could go 1, 2, 3 even. So anything in this area. That's even less open space. Wow, that that's quite the tricky setup there. Sneakier than I initially thought just from looking at it. Okay, I like it. So I think the easiest thing for me to do here would be to use my Bocaf team. I don't really use this team a whole lot in Aether Raid's offense videos, so I wouldn't be surprised if anybody didn't realize it existed. But it's basically Bocaf, Bride Fjorm, and double Peony with the bonus unit. This time bonus unit's air, that's cool, but not like necessary or anything. So basically the idea would be I put Fjorm here to isolate Veronica, and then when the time comes to initiate against the enemy, I move her over on the previous turn so she isolates Peony instead. So how would I go about taking advantage of that? I would probably take out at least these two. Actually, could I go... I think the best thing would be if I were to take out Leif, take out Elliewood, refresh, because that's out of range of Lysithea, and then take out Raisin with the 3 move, and then just attack. That's safe from everything, actually. Veronica will be able to restore, because Isolation's on Peony, and then Peony can't do anything, so she just kind of like moves somewhere. And Lysithea advances. So I think that's my plan. So I need to be able to refresh, I need to be able to KO you two, and then refresh Legendary Leif. That should be fine, I think. As long as he 2HKOs this Leif. Does he? My Leif has 64 attack when initiating combat. 64 minus... what is this? 32? Oh yeah, that's fine. That's not a one-shot. That's cool. That stacks up pretty well, even if I have Peony in the same column. So I could do Peony, Leif, and then I guess it doesn't really matter. So let's see. How do I get stuff broken? I can break with air and then Peony. That's good. So I think I've got my plan. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let's go ahead and hit fight there. And now I move Fjorm over here for the initial isolation, then get Leif there, and that ought to do it. So I can break this, and then break that. Just triple check that matchup. Okay, he does 2 HKO, so I can move Fjorm over this way, and put Peony, I guess, here. It doesn't really matter. And hit and turn. Well, I guess I just made Leif wait, but same difference. And now I can initiate like that, and then get the attack off on Eliwood, and then refresh Leif, and take out Racin, and then heck, might as well just do this. Okay, fortunately that was the real one, air disarmed it. And then I guess if Peony does move down there, I'd like to have her isolated. I guess it doesn't really matter, because this should be pretty quick cleanup now. I can take advantage of the fact that Peony does not have a weapon to take out all the Aether structures. Actually, what I can do is take out this, and then do that, which allows me to take out Veronica with air, and then I can do this. Ha! Sweet. The power of Gentle Dream. So, that was a really sneaky little restore trap there. I really like the look of that. Thanks for sharing that. That was pretty cool. But fortunately for me, I do have the correct setup to deal with it. So that's it for the first round of mock battling. I want to extend a huge thank you once more to the volunteers for offering up their maps. It was really neat to see those strategies. With that, I'd like to take a bit of time to discuss how I see this series going forward. Initially, I'm thinking one per week, releasing around this time, which for me is Sunday afternoon. I'll be doing the battles during the season in which the video is released, so next week's video will be Astra season for the next 3 people on the list. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the structure of this video. For those of you who weren't around for the earliest entries in the Aether Rays Offense series, this is probably the first time you've experienced my pre-battle planning method. My main question is, was that effective or useful? Or should I style these more like the battles in Aether Rays Offense, where I clip out the planning and just feature the end result? Any other thoughts are, of course, appreciated, and for anyone interested in volunteering their map, leave your friend code in the comments section and I'll send a request your way. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.